Okay, folks, Jade with Knife Joy. We are back talking about stance and posture and position. Should you need to use this against someone else in some kind of self-defense scenario? There's a lot of important elements to that, and we're not going to get too martial artsy.
Right.
I mean, you've got, what do we got, 12 decades worth in your,
Yeah,
I'm not calling
yeah.
you old, but I think you're only like 2 years older than me.
Oh, yes, 30 years of martial arts experience.
A lot, yeah. And I've
so-
got a little bit of it as well. But the basics, because you have experience teaching people with zero experience,
Right.
and getting them a little bit, just enough, right?
Correct.
And really all you need to know is a little bit more than the other person.
Right, and
Right.
the willingness to use it.
And the willing, right, the mindset is important. So let's talk about, if we're holding this, and I'm going to go left-handed and you can go
Okay.
right-handed, just so, because we're that way.
Right.
What stance, if I'm the person, what stance do you want to have towards me?
I want to be squared up,
Squared up?
flexing I want an athletic stance. And what I
stance.
use is tell people, think about having to push your car up a hill. So I don't want to be like bladed away like some of
You're not
the
going to push it
traditional-
like this.
Right. I'm going to
Okay.
be here. I'm going to be down. So I want flex in my knees. I want to have nose over my toes so I can move. I want to be able to explode if necessary.
So you hear that term a lot, nose
Right.
over the toes. So if you had a plumb line from your nose, I want to be just in front of,
Right.
of that front edge of
You
my
should
toes.
be able to lift your heels up off the ground when you're standing there. If you're flat-footed, like I am right now, I can't do it, but I come up forward a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yep, just there.
Okay.
What I tell people is, think about you're at a table and you're standing up and you need to reach something, but it's like half an inch too far. Hinge at the hips so you can make
Oh, that's a good
that
tip.
reach.
Okay,
So-
just a little bit of reach.
right there. I don't want to be aggressive or overly aggressive and be down here like this, because then once you start getting too far forward past your toes, people start looking down, the head goes down, and that's when it's easy to do like a head snap down with the wrestlers. They'll grab the back of the head and just drive your nose to your toes and you're on the ground.
Don't
So,
get over your skis.
right. Exactly.
Okay.
So nose over toes, be able to lift the heels up. I tend to like to be congruent in my training and stance. Unfortunately,
Is that spelled with a C?
yes.
Congruent, okay.
Congruency. The more, due to training time and limitations, you know, we all can't train for hours every day. So I like to try to run my pistol, carbine, shotgun, and boxing, all in the same stance, fighting stance.
Right.
So even when I train SAPs, I'm usually this way, since I want to be here. I shoot right-handed, so this is the way I make that stance. Unfortunately, with like improvised weapons, edge weapons, I would like to have what we call switch leads. So instead of having a left leg forward, my strong side leg,
You
right
want to
side
get that
forward.
object
Right.
closer to the objective.
Exactly.
Okay.
I want to be able to reach further. So I want this side I'm holding the weapon in, or the improvised weapon in, or the pin or whatever, forward.
Okay.
So like you said, if you're left-handed, you know, and you can do it like this, hey man, you're already ahead, because that's your natural, or right-handed, and that's your natural stance. Just
Right.
using the pin.
I don't have to, if I'm going to shoot right-handed, but
Right.
I'm gonna
Right,
improvise pen poke with my left hand,
Right.
I'm in the same stance.
Right. It's just easier. Less. I'm training more with less because it's all congruency. Now, if that felt awkward, and it's not, I want to be able to have as much reach and extension I want. So I always want the pin side hand forward again. So I switch leads here. I'm in a southpaw stance.
Sure.
What they would call it. So, and allows me to go, allows me to move left, right, forward, back, and absorb energy. So if you crash into me, I don't go ass over tea kettle. I'm here and I can absorb it and back up.
So
with that.
athletic stance,
Right, hip
objective
square.
a little bit, slightly forward
Yeah.
of that, nose over
Over
toes. I
Knees
can
slightly
lift my
bent.
heels.
Right, knees slightly bent, nose over toes because you're hinging a little bit at the hips,
Yeah.
and you're good to go.
Okay.
Okay, so from there with my weapon side hand, in this case my right, I've got the pin here. I got it capped in our grip we talked about earlier.
Right.
So it's here. I want it, and since I'm here, I want it up high. I want to be about face level with it. You know, I'm not trying to be down here. I want it up here because
So
it's going
not
to allow
horror movie.
Right, we're
up
not going to
over
go
the-
horror
over the
movie.
head,
I mean, you know,
but not down here buried.
right, because you're attacking me wrong. You know, if I do it like this.
Right,
if,
right,
you're,
right.
if you're Jim Carrey, Professor Jim Carrey, you're attacking me wrong.
That was
Like,
one of the best.
"Oh!" So my grip is here. I'm here. I want it high.
Okay.
Yep. If for some reason you end up in a forward grip, I'll keep it here. I'll keep it in a, if any of you are familiar with Craig Douglas, South Narc, and his 4-count draw stroke and shooting from
Never
the
heard of the guy.
thumb pectoral innards. You're behind the times, sir. So,
Sorry,
so
Craig.
it'd be,
That's a joke, Craig.
Yep,
It's a
yep.
joke.
yep, yeah. We talk. He's actually trained. He trained sooner with Craig than I have. I started in 2006 and trained with him since
Yeah,
almost
known him
every year.
since, I
Yeah.
want to say 03.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if I'm in a traditional grip, orthodox grip, I'll keep it here.
Tip up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I really prefer this because I want it high.
Okay, so we got our stance, we
Yep.
got our posture, we got our position, we got
Right.
our grip, and then
So-
that is pointing at
Right.
vitals on me,
right.
soft areas.
Yeah, we want soft areas. Since it is improvised,
because it's not a
an
sword.
edge.
It's not a broad sword that's going to pierce through things.
No, so we're not looking to hit bone because then we might hurt ourselves with that if we hit bone. So we want to hit soft areas. The neck is that. The face and the eyes, the nose. I mean, I start putting this in your face, you're gonna go.
Not cool, bro.
Yeah, I don't think I like that.
Okay.
So that's the cool thing. So that's where I want it. I want it high. I want a good hard, our ice pick grip, pin capped, thumb capped on the back, so we can keep it in our hand. And I'm here. Basically, it's a southpaw boxing stance.
Okay.
So this hand is up and free. That allows me to block, cover, grab, strike. A lot of different things I can do with the offhand.
So we've talked about holding it, our stance, our posture, right? Nose over toes,
right.
slightly athletic. Most of this, or this could likely be utilized in a narrow or a confined space.
Correct.
Right. So
Right.
what do we need to take into consideration then? We're not going to have a lot of big.
You're not going to be
areas
able to swing big. You need to keep everything tight. You need to keep it probably within your shoulders and your hips. This box right here, because if we start getting out here, you're going to hit somebody
You'll
else.
hear the term learn how to fight in a phone booth.
Right.
Right. So that's a very confined space. People can visualize that. So if we were fighting in a phone booth
Right.
and we both wanted to hurt each other, you want to get that over with as quickly as possible. And then how do you do that?
Get over with quickly.
Yeah.
I'm going to drive in and be very aggressive.
Very aggressive.
I'm going to just keep. I'm going to try to run you over basically, and just keep hammering this into you.
Soft areas.
Soft areas.
Okay.
You know, like I said before, the neck, the eyes. Because you start throwing something in someone's face and eyes, I don't care how tough they are. You can't strengthen your eyelids. You can't strengthen your eyes. So if I start just throwing up in here,
Right.
you're going to go, oh, wait, hold on. And that may be the reaction or the action I need to just drive into. You do that, start turning your head away. If you start turning your head away, we start turning our shoulders and our hips. And if I can take what we call take the hips, get perpendicular to you, I can run you over real easy.
Now you just open that
Right,
door.
just drive right into you and just keep on going.
And you'll hear the term action beats reaction. So if
Right.
you're acting and then I'm having to react to what you're
Right.
doing, you're again ahead of the game.
Right. So,
Okay.
you know, because then when we start reacting, or in this case, we get back on our heels, you know, because we're taking that in. We weren't expecting that pin to be thrown up in our eyes, and we catch something hard around the eye or orbital socket. You're going to go, whoa. Again, I keep just shamming it in and just run you over.
And now that other person, now me, for example, I've lost my posture and position.
Right.
I'm back.
I just keep driving into
reacting
you.
to that.
You're going to end up on your ass. You go ass over tail. I just keep running over you. I stomp on you and get by if I need to get through you or away. Or I can, you know, once you do that and I can run if I want to run or I need to run, turn and go the other way.
Right.
But you know what I want to do is just be aggressive, throw it in your face, throw it in your throat area, make you aware that that's going to hurt, and then just hit you with it, not lightly, but really hit you, and then just keep it in you till you react.
So
or
how
you
do
get set up.
you? We're talking, and I don't want to get too specific, but you were telling me a story earlier where you were teaching people that had very little or zero fighting experience,
Right.
and they would have to utilize this in a narrow, we'll call it an aisleway, with chairs on either side.
Right.
Maybe a plane, maybe not. I don't know.
Plane, trains, buses.
You were teaching them
hallways.
some very basic things, but what I was hearing was focus on those basic things and just hammer that all the way through.
Right.
That's kind of what you're talking about
Yes,
there.
exactly. Aggressive. Yeah.
So we'll recap this for this segment. We've got our posture. I call it posture and position,
Right.
but stance or whatever.
Right.
Knees over toes, athletic stance. That's an important thing to think about. kind of squared off,
Right.
so we can use that same.
We can
that
drive
same
in,
posture.
we can absorb energy and back off as it comes in so we don't get run over.
So it's not going to run us over. We've got
Right.
our strong grip.
Yep.
We've got our tool,
I
and
wanna height.
and then we've got our mindset of what we're
Right.
doing,
I'm going through you. That's my mindset.
going through.
You're here, I want to be over there, and nothing's going to stop me. And I'm going to go through. And I'm going to just keep slamming this into your face, your neck, till you decide.
Until it's over.
Yeah. Either I'm through you or you're through me.
Okay.
Or you're like, nope, I'm gone. I've had enough of this. You know, if you're being attacked by someone who wants your body or they want your money or whatever, they want an easy payday. So you've got something like this and you're coming out like, putting out like a porcupine spinning his quills or her quills, they're going to go, I didn't sign up for this today. I want something, I want something easy. So I'm going to go find that person that's like this on the phone.
All right.
Right. So we're here.
Got it.
So this is where we want to be.
All right.
So,
I like that part. All right. Thanks, Guy.
You're welcome.
Thank you.